During the 80s, the Transformers dominated the market when it came to transforming robot toys. But chances are, if you knew of the Transformers, you were also aware of the Go-Bots. In 1986, the Go-Bots starred in their very own full-length animated movie titled Battle of the Rock Lords, introducing us to new characters in a spin-off to the Go-Bots series. Tonka brought the Rock Lords to toy form in the North American market, while Bandai released them overseas. Aside from the one movie these characters appeared in, they never received their own cartoon series or even tied back in with the Go-Bots. So, once they were introduced, they were pretty much on their own. With the tagline, "Powerful Living Rocks," the story of these characters tells that the heroic Boulder, leader of the good Rock Lords, are in a constant struggle to save their home world of Quartex from the destruction by Magmar and his band of evil Rock Lords. The gimmick to the toys themselves were the same as most other transforming toys at the time, with the exception that instead of turning into cars or jet planes, they all turned into various types of rocks. Now I know what you're thinking. Wow, rocks. How boring. And I'm sure you're not alone in thinking that when first hearing about the Rock Lords.
So does yours transform?
Yeah.
What does yours transform into?
Hello.
Oh, it goes from Splinter to the party van?
Doesn't yours?
Well, no, actually mine's a space shuttle and a lion, and then it's like motorized. It turns into like the space lion dinosaur shuttle thing. Like it's 3 different things in one.
I don't know, mine's got like 1,000,000 pieces. It'd take like an hour to transform.
This thing's awesome. What does yours transform from? A rock?
A rock. Like,
rock.
from the ground?
Who's gonna buy a dumb rock toy?
Dude. No.
I like rocks! I regret nothing!
But even though they just turned into rocks, there really is something special about these guys. For one, they're quite a bit more posable than a lot of the transforming toys at the time. And in robot mode, they really do have some creative and unique looks. And I've got to be honest, in rock form, they're really great as well. Each has its own unique style, modeled after a different type of rock. The details are what make them great. Some have a cool marble-like swirl to them. Others just have little rocky bumps or holes. And then there's some that are even metallic. So even though they just turned into rocks, they were still dang cool looking rocks. The names are a bit cliche, but still a lot of fun. Characters bear names such as Boulder, Magmar, Nugget, Brimstone, Crackpot, Tombstone, the Two-Headed Sticks and Stones, and many others that are just like that. There were only 3 series of figures released, but they got more and more elaborate as the line went on. Towards the end, a series of Shock Rocks were released. Shock Rocks added action figures to the Rock Lords. 3 of them had features such as ball throwing or a grappling hook, while the other 3 had a push button that automatically made them transform. Then there were the Jewel Lords. Released as part of the 3rd series, these 3 figures were made of a translucent plastic and were more crystal-based than rock-based. The Jewel Lords are really sweet-looking toys, but are now 3 of the hardest figures to find out of the Rock Lord series. Aside from the normal characters, there were also a few different beasts in the line. First up were the two Rockosaurs, Terra Rock and Spike Stone. These two worked the same as the rest of the figures, but were slightly larger in scale. And then there were the bizarre Gnarlies. To me, the Gnarlies never even looked like they fit in with the rest of the Rock Lords. They featured a real type fur and motorized legs and mouths when you push them along. There were even a couple of vehicles released. My favorite was the Stone Wing. This vehicle has a really cool marble look to it, and it actually was made with a pretty heavy die-cast metal. Most toy vehicles created for action figures at the time weren't built that strong. It had the ability to transform slightly from a land vehicle to an air vehicle. The line only lasted for 3 series of figures, but as you can see, we got a lot to choose from in the line. There was, however, an unproduced playset that never made it past prototype stage. And it's really a shame, because this Stonehead playset would have been a great addition. Rock Lords was a really great series of toys. It brought something different to the world of transforming figures at the time. Eventually, the Rock Lords faded off into obscurity as figures like the Transformers gained more and more popularity over the many years to follow. But if you're looking to discover or rediscover a really unique and interesting toy line, the Rock Lords are definitely a good one to check out. Alright guys, welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed the video segment on the Rock Lords.
I know I did.
You did?
Oh, I loved it.
Did you like it? I had a lot of fun putting that one together because these guys are just so cool. So I thought we'd do a little hands-on with them now, just to kind of get a little closer look at some of the figures. More of just kind of a personal opinion on them here. I don't know how often you've really played with them. This is
Okay, well, I did have some of these when I was growing up, but to be fair, I was confused for a while with the He-Man figures that were the rocks.
the Comet Warrior guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and actually when I got some when I bought some of these, I got a couple in there and didn't even realize they were He-Man. So,
yeah. Yep.
You had that confusion. There's 2 He-Man. Is there more than 2?
There's just 2 in the He-Man line. Right.
So they look just like the Rock Lords.
A little bigger, but yeah.
A little bit bigger,
but they're like same idea.
But
yeah.
if you found these in a bin somewhere, you wouldn't even know. They were different.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. Definitely right. Especially for guys that aren't familiar with them. Like, I joke around about how they may not be as exciting as Transformers or anything, but like when I was a kid, I was a big rock collector. Like seriously, I would walk around outside. I would pick up rocks. I'd bring them home to my parents. I'd be like, "Look what I found." They'd be like, "Yeah, great rocks. Good job." So, but like because of that, I think that might be why these are so interesting to me. Like the transformations are pretty easy and simple, and some of them are goofier looking than others. Like this one here, that just looks like a dude folded up.
Yeah.
but like
maybe that's how they came to be.
Yeah.
They were like, well, we got these weird molds. They transform. They don't really look like anything. Rock Lords.
Rock Lords. But then you got guys like Boulder here. When you get him folded up, like he actually looks like a boulder. It's a little better. Some of them are better than others. One of the ones like here, I think his name is Magmar.
Oh.
I don't remember all their names off the top of my head, but when you transform this guy,
yeah, he looks about Magmar. He's red, right? Magmar.
like this guy here, his face doesn't even go away. So, it's like, see, some of them are better than others.
Wait, how many were there in this line? Is this like pretty much it?
This is about a good portion of them. There were about 3 waves of them, as we talked about, and then
3 waves.
Yeah, there was only about 3 waves. They didn't last long. They were just a spin-off of the Go-Bots. Because they were actually in that Go-Bots movie. And they spun off from that, so...
So available at Kmart.